Here is my palette. Here's my cold wax. And I have made white and black. And then here is Titan Buff. Then I put white into it to lighten it up a little bit. There is Cobalt Violet. And then here we have Quin Red. And that is Persian Rose. And then this color here is, this color is a combination of this. This color is a combination of this and this. So it's Persian Rose and Quin Red with a little bit of white. And this is with a lot more white. That would be this with a lot more white into it. So I have my pinks covered. I have white and black. So those are the colors so far that I'm going to be using. And this is oil and wax. Excuse me. And I did mix 50% wax to oil paint. Now sometimes I do add a little bit more than 50% if the wax looks too shiny. I'll add a little bit more wax. So, and I just have a little bit of the cobalt violet right there. So there you have it. And then I have my Messermiser scraper and my Hobby Lobby soft brayer. And I do have my wax, and what I do is I buy it in gallons and then I put it in containers. But before I put it in this container, I will add some Galca gel to it. And it's only about 5% Galca gel to wax. It's not a whole lot. I mix that all up before I put it in my container. That way I know I don't have to go back and add Galca gel to anything. And you ask, well, why are you adding Galca gel? Galca gel will help it to dry just a little bit faster because I'm not as patient as what I could be. So I'm about ready to start. Guys, I'm getting ready to start on this again, and I'm going to throw in a photo of the other piece that my clients bought, so you have a reference point. They want something that would look good and very similar to flamingo. So I'm going to throw in a photo of flamingo in for you. And I was looking at it this morning and I said to myself, I don't know how I did that. I have no clue how I did that, other than I know I used the Oiler Boiler, but I don't know what colors followed what colors. So I'm just going to wing it, shall we say. So here we go, and I'm going to start putting another color on top of this. And if you remember, this is black and with some alizarin crimson on top of it, and it is not dry, but it's just about past the tacky stage, shall we say. So I should be able to put the next layer on with a brayer. Don't know what color I'm going to use. I think I'm going to go with a buff color. And this color is Titan Buff with white in it. I'm going to put it all over. You can see my line is showing up in black there, which I like. You remember I pushed the paint in deep into those black lines, so into those white lines, so my black lines would show up when I was putting the black on. I don't want to brayer it to death. The more you brayer, the deader it looks. So that's my white layer right there. Put a little bit more of it here. I'm going to let that sit up for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put my next layer on. So, I have just laid my panel on the floor because I think what I'm going to do is make some oiler boiler marks now. So I'm going to draw with it right now, and this is the oiler boiler that I'm using. And I will let that sit on there for about a minute or two, and then I'm going to take it up above to pull it. So, and here's the oiler boiler that I'm using. It has gamma salt in it, and there's the needle. Okay, I have it back up on the wall, and I'm going to pull it now. And it's been about, I'm going to say 30-40 seconds. And be sure to wipe after every time you take it across your piece. Doesn't look like I put any over here. So I am going to leave it on the wall, and I'm going to try to do it while it's on the wall. Okay, we're going to leave it for another 30 seconds or so. And I like what happened. This is one of my favorite techniques with the cold wax, is using a solvent pool. But you can put it on with a brush. You can splash it on. You could put some of the gamma salt or odorless mineral spirits in some kind of a squeeze container and squeeze it out. There's many different ways that you can put it on. But I do prefer the oiler boiler. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to put another layer of paint on it. This is the Quin Red. I'm just going to put it on here and there. I'm going to go with the Persian Rose. Put a little bit of that on. And the reason why I made the different pinks is because it gives me a different hue, but it also gives me a different value. Make sure I get it off my sides. See, I like that Quin Red in there. Just gives it I think I will put a little bit more on it. As you can still see my lines. Now I'm going to go with the much lighter, and this is a combination of the Persian rose, the Quin red, and a lot of white. A little bit more of that red into it. Not much. Now I have many different values of the red going on. Or pink. I'm wiping my brayer. Now I'm going to let this sit for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to do another oiler boiler pull, or solvent pull. Hold on. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this cobalt violet. I forgot about that color. Okay, this is what it looks like right now, and I'm getting ready to do another oiler boiler application, and it's been, I'm going to say, maybe 20 minutes since I put that last layer on. It's still very, very wet, and I laid it on my floor. So here we go. And I'm dripping drops on it now as well. Now I'm going to let that be for about 45 seconds, and then we're going to pull it. Okay, I put it back on the wall, and I'm getting ready to pull. It's very, very wet. I'm hoping it will work now. If it doesn't work, then I'll wait to pull it. I'll do it again tomorrow and pull it. And a lot of my Gavasaw is dripping down, which is fine. So here we go. Well, I'm going to wait another 15 seconds, I think. I don't think it's quite enough of time. I just did it again. I'm putting some straight lines in it as well. Okay, here we go. And again, I'm going to wipe on my scraper onto a paper towel each time I pull it. Absolutely nothing happened. You can see I'm taking a lot of paint off. See, I'm going to try it one more time. Although there are more of my black lines showing. I think I'm going to do a drip. And it is squirting out, just so you know. Whoops. You see, I touched it right there. When you touch your wax with your needle, that wax goes into the needle. So what you have to do is squeeze a little bit out onto your paper towel. Now see, it's completely clogged up. Nothing's coming out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this upside down. Unscrew it, turn it upside down, and let that solvent dissolve that wax in the point. It's a good thing that that happens so you can see what to do when it does happen. Okay, I'm going to wait for about 30 more seconds and then I'm going to pull it. I don't think anything's going to happen because this is, it has to be on longer than what I'm leaving it on. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this again, and if it still isn't working, then what I'll do is I will do another solvent pull tomorrow morning and let it on a little bit longer. So, because it is so very, very, very wet. There you can see some lines. Yep, you can see some lines, right? You can see a circle right there. I don't know if you can see it in the screen or not. It worked a little bit better. And I'll give you a close-up of it right now as it stands so you can see it. This is what it looks like now. And there you can see a few lines. There you can see some lines. So it did work a little bit, but not much. Now, believe it or not, tomorrow I'm going to put black on it and see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I really like what's going on right now. And again, you can refer back to the earlier painting that my client purchased from me. That particular piece, I do believe, was maybe, I'm going to say 18 by 18 or 20 by 20. This one is 12 by 24. And it's going into the same room, so they want something similar with the same colors. So, thanks for watching, guys. It'll be another part from tomorrow.